traditional media versus digital media. Social media just took over. Now people hardly, before you even think of listening to radio, before listening to any news, what really happened? Is it that social media has finally dominated? I would like to know, you as that has been in the traditional media for quite some time now, where do you see the future? How do you see the future of traditional media in the next 5 or let's say 10 years?
The only way a traditional media can go that long, can stay that long in the market is when they find their way to a social media space.
That's right.
Hi everyone.
Hi
everybody.
Welcome to another interesting and exciting topic today that we're bringing you. On the show I have with me Mr. Oslo and Benga. And we'll be talking about traditional media versus digital media. So just taking us back, like some decades ago, if I'm correct, yes, traditional media has been in existence, and we have the aspect of the radio, the TV, the trending media that we had then. But today, with the digital media, social media, with the introduction of social media, it's a different ballgame entirely.
You can say that again.
And that's why today, Benga will be speaking with respect to digital media, while Mr. Oza will be speaking with respect to traditional media. So first and foremost, I really want to know, take us through what happened. I don't even know what happened, because I remember those days we all just wanted to listen to the radio. I remember some adverts, like I didn't even still recite them till now. All of a sudden, just like a twinkle of an eye,
they're off.
Social media just took over. Now people hardly, before you even think of listening to radio, before listening to any news, what really happened? Is it that social media has finally dominated? And how has it been with you people is it the same for you people in the traditional media world?
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. Traditional media have actually come to stay. I won't tell you a lie about that. Okay? But what happened was that I've made so much difference when it comes to media. Of course, we're talking about media, talk about radio, television,
print,
and the rest of them. Okay, so they've come a long way, but just few of them that we discuss off camera, that saw the vision coming in, that want to maintain that traditional way of doing things. Most of them are going down the drain, and if they are not taking, they are going to remain where they are until they die a natural death. People don't read newspaper anymore, because before you come out from the print,
it's already
on online. Everybody's seeing.
As your phone is on, you're seeing the highlight for the day.
So that traditional media, people are not there anymore. The market is in the social media. The audience are in the social media. The audience are online. So if you want to meet them, carry your business and go and meet them online. People that do adverts, companies that do adverts, they prefer to go online than social media way, than start printing on paper, advertising on newspaper and the rest of people don't buy it anyway. Like I said earlier, offline, just because probably they want to do filing. They want to buy it and file it in the archives or whatever exactly. Otherwise, traditional media.
What's your take on that one? Social media. You agree that the digital media is taking over? I'm sure you're proud of.
What is
you're bugaing on this one.
What is it to be proud of? Well, I would have been prouder if I actually founded
like TikTok and the like.
One of the apps.
Maybe Instagram, that kind of thing. But then again, I quite agree with him 100% that digital media, specifically social media, every form of internet business is really doing well at the moment. So I know that a decade back, 15 years ago, let's say a decade and a half, if you were in the traditional media space, like in the radio, TV.
Yeah, hot cake.
Yeah, all the OAPs and all of that. Branching into so many other things. You have to diversify if you are still going to stay relevant. And then you can see the way they use social media even more than they talk on radio. Because of the reach social media will do. And the consumers are actually on social media. People that digest whatever thing, your craft, they're actually on social media. And that is why it is something you have to be very, very conversant with. So I quite agree with him when he said that if traditional media is actually going down, the only ones that are actually still doing well are the ones who have leveraged
on social media.
They have leveraged social media, the digital space. We have many of them. Some of them, let me not say many of them. Maybe in this part of the world, I know of a few radio stations in Nigeria that actually have their presence. They have their own app. Once you tap with one tap on their app, you can actually see what's happening in the office.
Fantastic.
You can watch them live. I'm not saying for specific shows where they have some celebs on air. I'm talking about you want to see everything. Just like the same way you see on
all the programs.
So you can watch all their programs and all of that. So once you have a mobile app, you can actually monetize. You can monetize in some other ways. So I quite agree with that.
So Mr. Husband, over to you. You mentioned something earlier about some radio owners now leveraging on the social media platform. And for some, they are not doing that. And also, if you look at the digital media, you realize that it's quite cheaper for a lot of people. Startups, for instance, even the so-called marketers, like before that, we go door to door.
Yeah.
Now it's very easy to market your brand. You can start a business online, package your gari, you sell it, you brand it. People you're receiving calls, you're doing delivery, and what you would normally buy maybe 2,000 naira in the market. The traditional media, how? Because I know you've been there, you've been in that sector for quite some time now. Are you looking at an aspect that you can leverage on that will also enable people? Because I know that back then, to advertise on radio was quite expensive.
Okay.
Now, are you looking at, or is there a platform, or is there a solution?
For now, some traditional radios have leverage on social media. People that are prepared and people that want to remain relevant in the market, they leverage on social media. Like mine, for instance, if you play music, any music you hear from our station, okay, you see them online. You can easily see them online. I will market it online. When people hear the music, there's a company that we use, as long as we are playing it on our station, appears online and they sell out there. So we make money. We make money from there. So some of them that are ready to do business have leverage on that. Two, the marketers, like you just mentioned, of course, social media is a boom. You want to make money, you go on social media. You want to advertise wherever you want to advertise, you go on social. Like I said earlier, that's where the market is now. So you go and meet them. So for traditional media, many companies don't have budget for advert anymore. And it's affecting radio stations, TV stations, even the paper, the printing media. People don't budget money for advert anymore. If you feel that they budget money for it, they are finding it difficult. They are still struggling. Like we were discussing before we started. Few of them was only MTN, people that are established multinational companies, MTN, Airtel, and the rest of them. But for growing up companies, they find it difficult. So what do? They leverage on social media, which is more cheaper. And the market is there. Okay? So some of our marketers, what they're now doing is they use social media, send out the informations. Of course, you send like WhatsApp, there's what we call broadcast. When you send it, everybody sees it. There was what we call email marketing. Send whatever you want to send, everybody received it. So traditional media have, they are getting it wrong for some of them.
Sorry to cut you. So that means even in your organization right now, within radio stations, they do email marketing.
We do email marketing. We utilize our social medias. Okay, like we have what called Radio Vision. Okay. In my place, Radio Vision. What we do go live on all the programs.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's limited to some programs. When you have some celeb that comes in, you watch it live as it's coming out from the station.
Okay.
Yeah. So, by and large, it's only few of them that sees what's ahead, that leverage on social media. Otherwise, social media is the place now.
So, Benga, over to you, Benga. Like, just when you think, Facebook is doing well, something else pumps up. Just when you think TikTok is doing well, somebody else comes up with something. Just when you think Twitter, WhatsApp, because I remember even during lockdown, Zoom practically took over. So do you think, how do you see this social media in the next 1 decade? Do you think it's still going to be trending like this, or are we expecting more and more surprises?
Well, I think that's a fantastic question. Honestly, if you ask me, a decade is too small to envision where social media is going to be. However, I feel like a decade from now, social media can only get better. Fine, we've had cases of cyberbullying, we've had cases of cyber attacks, criminal acts on the cyber space and all of that. Frauds and all of that. But are those going to stop? No. But they are going to be managed to a large extent. So, because now governments of countries are clamping down on some of the policies, they are coming up with stringent policies to make sure that they regulate the social media platforms. Now, oftentimes, amongst our youth, when we hear, when government says, social media should be regulated, people will be like, no, it can't be, blah, 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 that's the only thing that gives us joy and all of that. But then the truth is that I'm also of the opinion when government says that they are going to come up with some policies
to regulate. Exactly.
I feel like it's a good.
For me, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. You understand? Because when they say that, they don't actually mean they are going to come and be checking your DMs. They just want to make sure that things are done properly.
Exactly.
Because we have rumors of we have bad news here and there. Even so many news are actually not true. You understand? So now back to your question. 10 years from now, social media is going to be much relevant. You understand?
You know why I'm saying this? Because 30 years ago, I don't know if anybody ever told us that. Just like when mobile phone came out then, the days of Nokia and Suseko. My first phone was actually Suseko. And today with iPhones and the likes, you understand? Nobody will ever envisage that such thing would ever happen. Actually.
Definitely. Even based on the analogy you gave, mobile gadgets. You can see that mobile phones have come of age. You see that 15 Pro Max that you see today. A year is even a lot.
Something better will come up.
Something better. Apple will definitely come up with something way better than that, and it can only get better as the years roll in. So the truth is that social media that we knew 5 years ago is not what we have
today. That's true. So talking about a decade is a very long time. In the next 1 year, 6 months, somebody comes up with another surprise.
I mean, TikTok became rave of the moment for just how many years now? Maybe 2 or 3 years.
Talking about WhatsApp, I remember those days before you can call your loved ones overseas, but it was quite expensive. But today, all you need to do
WhatsApp is WhatsApp is actually
I remember those days you load 10,000 maybe 2 minutes 3 minutes call, it's gone. But today you can talk for as long as you can. That's one of the things social media has done.
And I mean, for WhatsApp, that's another thing about some of these social media platforms. For every business has an objective. Why they started in the first place. The original founder of WhatsApp, that guy, the intention was was just to communicate with his father.
It's just this bullying thing that I don't like about it.
No, cyberbullying.
It's always
Cyberbullying will always be there. Even when there was no social media, people still bully people now. Back then in school, where we not.
Now it's like trending. See what happened during the half-gone World Cup between Super Eagles and
that was a case of people who could not
and Bafana.
That was a case of people who could not control their emotions, really. But then the truth is that cyberbullying will always be there. Other social vices will always still be there on social media. But then back to what we were saying. The truth is when I see traditional media organizations, when I see them still in their comfort zone, I just laugh because I see a lot of them just doing the same thing, the same way, and they're expecting a different result. You know, the truth is that the few ones that are smart, that have seen the vision, we leave them behind.
Of course.
And based on what he has said, the truth is that the ones that are leaving them behind, they are going, because come to think of it, I remembered that in one of the places I've worked, there was a time we were trying to get rate cards from different radio stations, and then we saw that the fees were actually very high. You know, just for a jingle of say 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But then we had to like go with one. But today, can we still do that?
No.
Are we going to be pumped to say, okay, we want to go and do advert on radio? I'm not saying that the companies still don't do it. But I mean, before you want to do it, because for most organizations, they are usually after two things: brand awareness and conversion. And some will tell you that I want both. Some will tell you that I just want awareness. Others will tell you that I want conversion. Every business, if there's anything that is whether big or small, they want to make sure that their marketing campaigns get conversion.
Yeah.
And there's a way they measure it. You know, social media, digital media actually allows you to measure. You are able to measure. You can put numbers to your marketing efforts. Print media, you might not be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, for instance, on radio, they will tell you that I won't mention any radio station, right?
Better don't.
But they will tell you that in the morning that because it's rush hour, just the same thing that all people with billboards. Even billboards nowadays, I'm aware of some billboards that can actually count, that can do head counts of people that have passed, or eyeballs that have seen that particular billboard for that day. And based on that, they'll give you analytics and say, okay, on this billboard, on so day, 1 million people saw it. And that is correct. You can't say the same for radio.
There was a time of advert of billboard, billboards everywhere. Everybody was going to that business. Because that was it in that period.
Yes.
Billboard business. Yeah.
And it's still there. It's still there. Maybe not as effective as
Not
before.
as effective as before.
But you know, just like I said, every business is either you are going for your marketing objective could be brand awareness. You want a lot of people to know about you. And so for some of these businesses that are already established, you don't need any form of brand awareness.
Exactly.
They just maybe the only awareness they can now need is maybe when they are launching a new product. So they just want people to become aware of the product. So, but then the thing is, like I was saying, why most of this business? Because we have to address why most of these businesses are running to social media now, and why traditional businesses, traditional media companies have to adapt social media or digital media. The reason is simple. Businesses are now running to social media, like all those influencers. They are running to influencers, they are running to content creators and all of that. You know why? Because whatever thing that they do, and they are running ads on social media, they are able to get stats. If I run a campaign now on Facebook, I'm able to say, okay, this campaign is going to run for 30 days. And after 30 days, I want to be able to see how many eyeballs have seen the ad for brand awareness. How many leads, how many people have filled the forms for email marketing, for lead generation, how many people have converted. I can set up conversion campaign. I can't do that on radio.
No, not.
I can't do that on TV. So it's important that we know why businesses are running to social media for their marketing and all of that. Hence, it's also important for businesses in the traditional media space to adapt and embrace and leverage.
We are doing
social
that, like
media.
we heard. We've heard.
Very few of them are doing that.
Don't brag at
The only thing that gives the radio stations a little bit comfort is that when they have a feedback from their listeners, that's when they realize that okay, somebody somewhere is listening to me, somebody somewhere is hearing.
There is high engagement.
I think that happens more now when you're driving. You know.
No, that's why we have the radio station. We have what we call the busy hours.
Exactly.
Especially in the morning hours and evening hours. That's especially when people are driving. Because we've discovered that most people when they're inside their house,
they don't
listen to radio. It's either you do your TV or you're on your phone.
Yes.
But when you're driving, most often than not, you will be forced to keep company.
I would like to know, you as a that has been in the traditional media for quite some time now. Okay. Where do you see the future? How do you see the future of traditional media in the next 5 or maybe 10 years? Wow. Or even 20 years? Or maybe you should personalize it.
That's too far.
Because that's too far. How do you see yourself? Because
the only way a traditional media can go that long, can stay that long in the market is when they find their way to a social media space.
That's correct.
That's the only way they can survive. Like I'm telling you now, some students don't pay salary anymore.
Are you serious?
Yes. The reason being that adverts are not coming.
Traditional media all about.
That's where they decide.
What's traditional media all about? Advert, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's advert now.
That's where they
make money. There's nothing else they do. That's where they make money. Adverts. If you don't make adverts, don't money.
So you mean there's nothing they can do?
Okay, look at now. They run diesel. They run whatever. Pay salary 24/7. They pay salary. Where is it coming from? From adverts. And if companies are not bringing adverts, there's nothing they can do. But if you go on social media, that's where the money is. If somebody can stay inside the studio, tweet whatever I want to tweet, and it goes. Okay, look at Facebook for instance. If you monetize your Facebook account, at a point they start paying you money.
Yeah, very true. Because I remember the days of Dele Momodu Ovation. Yeah. Everybody wanted to see the trending weddings, but today we have BB Naija. Online, you're good to go. You know. But thank God, I think he is now also on social media now. And
so back to your question, traditional media houses, if they don't move on into digital space, into social media space, some of them are going to left behind.
They're going to die
natural death. Like we said, there's just a few of them that are moving gradually and stepping there. Like my place too, we are moving gradually. You know, so we engage our audience mostly on Twitter, Facebook, and the rest of them, and we give account of the visitors or the visit, people that sees it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we have the comments that comes in. Now that engagement is there, and we monetize it anyway. They be monetized, so they pay. So most of it, so we don't depend fully on the adverts alone. We are making money digitally from the digital space into the company. So anyone that doesn't want to leverage on that, it's going to be
which
hard.
Is how it's supposed to be. Okay, let me give you a typical example. I don't know if your organization is doing that already.
Yeah.
And probably they should be paying me for this.
They don't know where I come from.
No, let them consult us.
So the truth is that I know that very few radio stations do that. I know that when, for instance, when Channels TV started, I could remember that year on campus that year. That time there was still cyber cafe. I don't know if
cyber cafe.
And when you Google it, www.channelstv.com, and then you just see that their logo, and then now programming jargon, their HTML and CSS, everything just scattering up and down. But we still appreciated it. That was all they had back then, because I was an ardent viewer back then, so I knew how it was with them. But as time goes by, they started to upgrade, to evolve. Now, fine, I know that they are a media company.
Okay.
they are beyond traditional media.
They're beyond. How many
Ah,
times?
that-
How many times have they won
that-
the award of the best?
Yeah,
So,
this is not like they're campaigning for them, and they're not the only one doing a fantastic job in that space. You know, what channel is it then? From what they are doing now, there is a very huge difference.
yeah.
They are doing massively right now. The same thing with most of these media companies. Now, when they call themselves media companies, they don't call themselves traditional media companies. They're like, there is a synergy between traditional and digital now. So I think radio stations should also move from point A to point B and merge both, because traditional has its own benefits.
Yeah,
digital has its own.
exactly.
Just that one has more benefits than the other, especially in this current age. The company also have a website, like a news aspect of the website, where you generate traffic. So that's another source of income. So that, because I'm like, if the only source of revenue is through ads that come from jingles that come from brands, then it becomes a problem. How do you can no business can survive on that.
No business can
So
survive.
there has to be other means of income. The internet radio thing also is something that should be imbibed by most of these radio stations, you know, so that they can use that to also drive revenue and then reach more people. So I would just want to stop there, because I know it's a very expansive topic.
Yes.
So we need to spell this thing out. Many of them that have moved to social media space should monetize what they have.
I think most of them actually monetize.
Not just having it. No, it's true. Not just having it.
Why do you think a lot
I
of...
know what I'm saying. I don't want to mention companies, some radio stations. I don't want to mention.
Oh, you're talking about...
They are still giving the money that
Exactly.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's how to monetize. Otherwise,
Oh wow.
you can't say,
Okay,
Oh, wow.
they're giving them free,
Alright, so that's
free tips. That was supposed to be consultation. There's no consultation fee. Anyway, it's been an interesting topic so far, and it's been wonderful having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
coming.
making
Thank you.
when you're anytime. You've overspent your time anyway.
Sure thing.
Anyway, so I just want to say that traditional media has been quite very impressive over the years. Thank God it started. It was through them we're able to, it was an eye opener for a lot of people, a lot of businesses, and all of that. So can we just see them around?
Yeah, they actually bring back a lot of memories.
Yeah, so we cannot underestimate ideas, and they still have whether you like it or not, it's still trending. So, and social media, yes, oops, the generation, yeah, they're taking a lot of advantage of it, and for the fact that it brings so much employment to a lot of youth and a lot of people all over the world. It's been amazing anyway. So the traditional media should also leverage, like he has said, they just need to leverage both of them have said the same thing. They have to work hand in hand. So for our viewers, if it's been an interesting topic, just drop a comment. What's your view on this topic? What do you think the traditional media can do? So I know that I'm not saying they can outrun, or let's not be that I'm cursing, but I know that there's so much they can still do so that they will continue to remain relevant. And also because I know social media or digital media, those ones are not even staying at all. They are always proactive and doing one thing or the other. But in the same vein, there must be something traditional media can also do so that they can also keep keep trending and keep being relevant. So we have come to the end of the show. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also leave a comment below, and also smash
the like button.
The like button, very important.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button.
Sorry, Ewa, before we go.
Yes.
Before we go, I just remember now. Maybe let's add it to. I think there are some people, because I've met a couple of people who have said that they still prefer to buy their newspapers than read on their phones.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should also collect comments.
Comment from them.
Let's have their views.
Those days of lie the deal, Tiwani, and everybody come together.
We're in this program today.
Everybody come together. No. Link up. No.
So please subscribe to our channel.
You see traditional
Subscribe to our channel.
Anyway, we will come your way with another interesting and amazing topic. Take care. God bless you, and
Goodbye.
bye-bye.